So Star Wars The Last Jedi is exactly 1 week away. It's literally right around the corner, guys. And it just gets me so excited. Like, it brings out the Star Wars fan out of me. But I'm sure that there are a few of you asking the questions like, well, Ryan, what is Star Wars? And to that I say, well, what, are you living under a fucking rock this entire time? Star Wars is like this godlike thing where no other franchise can even touch the colossal success that is Star Wars. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. It's on your toasters, it's on your cereal boxes, it's on your thingies, it's on the screen that you're watching right now. Like, it's everywhere. Star Wars is watching you. And so many of you are finding out that this new movie is going to be the 8th film of the franchise, and I bet you're asking, well, Ryan, how can I jump onto the Star Wars bandwagon? And luckily for you, I made a video, which is the one you're watching right now, on a step-by-step guide on how to be a Star Wars fan. So get out your Death Sticks, get out your Tauntauns, get out your Jar Jar Binks, let's get this show on the road. So the first thing to do to become a Star Wars fan is you have to love the prequels. Yeah, the prequels the best when it comes to storytelling, acting, directing, acting, writing, acting. I mean, no, not really, but you know, who cares? It's Star Wars. It expands the universe in such a way where we wouldn't even imagine where Star Wars would be without the prequels. Because of them, we got some pretty cool books, we get some video games, we even have TV shows that help tells the story of the prequels. Like, for example, like what has happened between the 10-year gap that takes place at the end of The Phantom Menace and the beginning of Attack of the Clones. Don't worry, you have this book to read to really understand what has happened in between. And people hated the movies when they first came out, and then over a period of time they became, you know, cult classics upon, you know, just within the boundaries of the fandom, and we have to like them. It's Star Wars. So you know what you have to do, you just go out there and go to the public and preach that the prequel trilogy is a lot better than the sequel trilogy that Disney is making. And speaking of the new trilogy, you have to hate the entire line of these new movies because you are a true Star Wars fan. You have to go to YouTube comment sections on whatever review is on The Force Awakens, and you have to type out, this is a carbon copy of A New Hope. Only true Star Wars fans will hate it, you know, which you are. You're a true Star Wars fan, which is also why you're watching this video. Disney just got a hold of the franchise and just writing off the success of what the originals and the prequels did in the past. So with The Last Jedi, you just have to assume that it's going to be a carbon copy of The Empire Strikes Back, and you know, just don't even go see the movie. Oh wait a second, go see the movie, then walk out hating it because it's Disney and you're a true Star Wars fan, that's what you are, and then go see it again so you can build up your reason as to why you hate The Empire Strikes Back, The Last Jedi, because you're a true Star Wars fan. Now the third reason is you have to love George Lucas. Now this is the man that brought us the holy grail of just movies in general. It just brought us the original trilogy and then the prequel trilogy. Like, this man is an absolute genius, or should I say God. And all the directors that have any involvement within this new sequel trilogy and then this new trilogy that they just announced, they're all gonna get fired because you wanna know why? They're no George Lucas. And you also have to throw up an online petition supporting the idea that, you know what, we need George Lucas back for Star Wars and make Star Wars great again. Let's revive Star Wars and not have this carbon copy crap that Star Wars is now. And you know what, us fans have kind of had a rocky relationship when it comes to George Lucas because, you know, at first he brought us some pretty fun movies that came out in the late 70s and then the early 80s and then the early 2000s. They're kind of horrible at first, but due to the passage of time, they gained a cult following, and now we have to love the prequel trilogy. But you know the thing with the prequels, at least they're not a carbon copy of the original trilogy because they're different, and different is always good. Reason number one, guys, you have to love the prequels, which is also reason number 3. Okay, so reason number 4 is you have to give money to EA for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Wait, hold on a second. No fan ever says that. I don't think anybody ever says that. This whole list and this whole video makes no fucking sense. Look, here's the thing. Sometimes we just have to look at franchises and say, you know what, they're only just movies or books or TV shows, and they're here to entertain people. Are they made for a particular audience? I mean, sure, because the makers of said property only want the people that they're given this thing to, they only want to make them happy. I mean, I know if I ever made something that's of big of a notoriety as Star Wars, I would kind of want people to be happy too. Now, will that movie or book or TV show please everybody? I mean, absolutely not. It's impossible to please everybody. But for the people who actually do enjoy it, and then for those people who don't enjoy it, do we have to go out of our way to make people feel bad for liking something? If that specific book or movie or whatever I just said, you know, if that makes that person feel happy, do we really have to go out of our way to make that person feel inferior for liking something that they love? Not even that, just having like no impact on ourselves really. Sure, you would have your reasons, and you may give your reasons for saying something along the lines of, you know, not being a true fan, because, you know, to someone liking something, do we really have to put those people down? You know, we have the option of just watching it and or even looking at it, disagreeing with some of the opinions that some people have, and just walking away from them. Like, maybe that's just the best choice. And for those who are getting into Star Wars, I welcome you with a full heart and say that you are becoming part of the big family now. And if you're not a fan and you say, well, Star Wars is kind of shitty, and you know what, that's okay, because towards the fans out there, should their opinions really affect you or them as a person overall? Maybe those people who aren't into Star Wars just so happens to be good people who just don't like Star Wars. And you know what, the thing with fans is that sometimes we hold our beloved franchises so close to our hearts that it really affects us as people and our personalities. And you know what? We really shouldn't, because they're just movies in the end. Because really what it's all about is having fun with watching these movies, you know, going to a premiere or going to conventions and dressing up as these particular characters, and you're just saying, hey, I love Star Wars and I'm not afraid to show it. Maybe us fans, we just push Star Wars so much on those people that they're just getting sick of this fandom, and that's why they just hate them so much. So you know what, let's just enjoy our movie, let's all have fun, and if you don't like it, that's okay. I mean, sooner or later it's gonna pass by. So yeah, let's have fun, let's not be dicks to each other. Did I just say that over the internet? That's never gonna happen. What a sad world that we live in. It's never gonna happen.
Tonight, finally feeling free.